shut down, and that is why the building is closed?
Well, we were advised by the attorneys to close the building. The building shouldn't be open. The risk is great.
We think they take this serious. I think it's a big game to them, and they don't understand that the more confusion and the more back and forth that we do, no one suffers but the people of the village.
Hold on to your hats, people, because the controversy surrounding Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard is becoming more intense. There are accusations, lawsuits, and a city on the brink of collapse, all while the FBI closely monitors the situation. Have you seen any political scandals? This is just mind-blowing.
She's one of the most recognizable faces that's been on the news lately. I'm talking about the mayor of Dalton, Tiffany Henyard.
And all of social.
The latest bombshell? Henyard filed a lawsuit against Thornton Township and the hamlet of Dalton. It's not just a straightforward political disagreement. A full-fledged battle has been triggered by claims of voter suppression and a highly shady caucus that kept her off the ballot for her supervisor position in Thornton Township. There are rumors that this was not just a straightforward procedural error. This was done on purpose by her opponents to keep her quiet. But Henyard has a chance on the legal front. Legal experts are discussing her strong points, particularly the claims that voters were sent away from the caucus meeting under dubious circumstances. The images of Henyard's supporters shivering outside as the caucus remained inside are powerful images that might sway public opinion and perhaps even a court.
Tiffany Henyard was not at the hearing here today. Neither was her attorney, and she was not made available for a...
But there are other intriguing aspects outside the legal battle. The residents of Dalton are furious. They call for Henyard's resignation, their voices echoing with frustration and anger. The streets are rife with rumors about her excessive spending habits, the millions of dollars in cash that have gone undetected, and the seemingly endless scandals that have beset her administration. There have been heated discussions on internet forums as a result of many residents' expressions of dissatisfaction and disbelief in their elected official. Some even go so far as to claim that the whole situation is a blatant waste of public money and a slap in the face to the people who elected her. The once vibrant city is now characterized by an environment of suspicion and worry. The difference between Henyard and her constituents is no longer just disagreement. It is an actual fight. The mayor's office has been closed. Central city services are coming to a full halt, and the whole town seems like it is going to collapse. Some insiders claim that these actions are just retaliatory, a desperate attempt to maintain authority in the face of mantical power. Rumor has it that Henyard feels imprisoned and is using the city as a pawn in her personal power struggle. The service interruptions, which include the potential layoff of over 100 township workers and the postponing of the traditional Christmas gift distribution, have increased public ire. The residents are not just furious, but also terrified of what may happen next.
It's about democracy and it's about hypocrisy.
I really think it's very hypocritical.
I think it's blatantly hypocritical. The complete halt of municipal operations is the most recent development. The town is paralyzed, essential services are disrupted, and the populace is left desperately attempting to resolve problems that belong to their elected leaders. There are several rumors circulating. Does Henyard want to use this step to further agitate her opponents? Is this a desperate attempt to gain favor and support? Or is it just the instability and dysfunction of her administration? The fact that the township's insurance has not been renewed simply makes matters worse and raises questions about her competence and responsibility. The state of affairs is so bad that even the most optimistic bystanders are starting to lose hope. The future of Dalton is uncertain. Henyard's legal issues might go on for months, costing the city millions of dollars in legal fees. Restoring the community's trust and morale might take years, and the possibility of a complete overhaul of the city's government could have equally severe political effects. Will Henyard be able to handle this storm? Will the residents be able to restore order and stability to their town? And since the solutions are still a mystery, Dalton's future is in doubt. Now let's look at some of the comments on the YouTube video that best capture the consensus. Who is funding her attorneys? Even though I was evicted, one viewer said, It's better not be the taxpayers who don't want her. This comment perfectly captures the general concerns that Henyard's legal battles are being funded by the same people she is said to have wronged. It highlights the feelings of injustice and betrayal that many residents are experiencing. Additionally, would you please send an adult to assume leadership of this town? This is absurd. This reflects the total chaos and dysfunction that have engulfed Dalton. The seeming hopelessness and discontent in the community is a clear indication of its need for stability, leadership, and a return to normalcy. These comments and many more like them emphasize the gravity of the problem and the urgent need for a solution. Just as unsettling as the online hubbub is the situation in Dalton. Local businesses are reporting a steep drop in sales, and many attribute this to shoppers being deterred by the protracted political instability. Because they fear that the uncertainty may negatively impact their home values and overall quality of life, some residents are even considering leaving town. As the social fabric weakens due to the strain of the ongoing conflict, the thriving on-street community is slowly falling apart. This is not just a political dispute. It is a disaster that is affecting every aspect of Dalton life. The situation is made more difficult by the involvement of additional political players. State Senator Napoleon Harris, a well-known member of the caucus that ousted Henyard, is also facing charges of unethical behavior. Rumors of backroom deals and political machinations demonstrate that the situation is much more complex than it first seems. The inquiry is not limited to Henyard. The system's overall integrity is called into doubt by this in-depth examination of the inner workings of Dalton's political elite. There is more than one person involved in the drama. It's a systemic issue. Meanwhile, Henyard's legal staff is working hard to prepare for the next court battles. They are reportedly gathering information, interviewing witnesses, and creating a compelling defense strategy. The rising cost of legal fees is exacerbating the city's already dire financial situation. The outcome of the case is still uncertain. Despite the very high stakes, a loss would not only destroy Henyard's political career, but it would also expose further wrongdoing and perhaps lead to criminal charges. It is anticipated that the legal conflict will be protracted, challenging, and have significant implications for each party. The mystery is heightened by reports of a potential whistleblower within Henyard's close group. This individual, whose identity has not been disclosed, is reportedly ready to come forward with evidence of corruption and misconduct. This discovery might significantly change the issue's dynamics and lead to more investigation and disclosures. The possibility of a whistleblower coming forward heightens the tension of an already dramatic plot, leaving everyone wondering what secrets remain buried. The truth seems to still be buried deep inside this complex and evolving story. Dalton's situation is far from resolved. The court cases have not yet been resolved. The residents are furious because they fear that the city itself may collapse. With the FBI investigation still looming over it, an already precarious situation becomes much more perilous. Will Henyard be able to maintain both her reputation and her job? We'll find out in time. But one thing is certain, this is not where the story ends. The drama continues. Additionally, we'll be accessible to talk about any potential situation. The ongoing tale of Tiffany Henyard serves as a cautionary tale of unchecked power, political intrigue, and the terrible consequences of prioritizing personal ambitions above public service. The foundations of local governance and the role of elected officials in serving their constituents remain unclear to us. The story raises important questions about accountability, transparency, and the need for moral leadership in public service. As we follow this story to see what happens next, we are unable to look away from the TV. The outrageousness of Henyard's activities, lavish spending, questionable financial dealings, and blatant disregard for the concerns of her constituents is remarkable. It is an excellent illustration of political haughtiness and demonstrates how unchecked power can corrupt even the most promising leaders. Despite the chaos and controversy, there remains a glimmer of hope. The people of Dalton are not silent. They are taking action. Both social media and the mainstream media are listening to their calls for accountability and change. The story of Tiffany Henyard is not only about a local political dispute. It serves as a reflection of our society's larger issues. It's a story about the misuse of authority, the erosion of public trust in government, and the need to hold elected officials accountable for their actions. The story has relevance far beyond the borders of Dalton, Illinois, and serves as a warning to municipalities throughout the country. This story will continue to evolve for years to come, captivating audiences and sparking debate. So, what do you think will happen next? Will the accusations finally result in Henyard losing her position of responsibility, or will she be able to restore it? What about the residents of Dalton? Will they ever find the stability and leadership they so desperately need? Kindly provide your thoughts in the space provided for comments below. Until next time, stay tuned for further updates on this incredible tale. So what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below, and if you don't want to miss out on the hottest celebrity news, make sure to subscribe to Daily Finder.